Gokulam Kerala don't need to pass any more tests to prove how good they are. We are past that point in the Hero Indian Women's League this season. Their win over Kahani 4 days ago providing them a massive boost, and today they take on Mata Rukmani. The newbies are languishing at 7th place and are up against the league's best so far. And Mata Rukmani, a new side. As for them, we expect changes. And when a new coach comes in, so do new players and new ideas. So Preeti and Geeta Kashyap played in that 3-0 loss to Hops. And today it's Muskan and Devika who get the nod. Worrying for Mata Rukmani is that this 11 has no goal scorers. And Payal Kawasi is on the bench and she is the player to watch. And of course Ripika with couple of goals last season. Then Priyanka Futon, the number 15 Payal, also with goals last year. So they do have more goals on the bench than they have on the starting lineup in terms of statistics. In terms of the side, there is a change obviously enforced. So in totality, 2 changes from that win against Kahani. No Vivian Ajay is the big takeaway, and Mitchell Castanha steps in. Bitrice also gets a start in place of Soumya in goal. Anthony Andrews has found a cushion enough to give some a run out, and Grace will look to make the most of it. All big names in there on the bench. The recipe of Gokulam's success is having a solid bench strength. The likes of Indu, Sandhya, Sabitra Bhandari all starts today for Gokulam against a struggling Mata Rukmani. Just a points cushion for Gokulam on top of the table, and a double over Kahani going a long way in providing that. Today Mata Rukmani, who have not made any impact here, have been very quiet, and Santanu Ghosh coming up to take the challenge this season. And Gokulam are in a red hot form and would be raring to go to extend their lead. The last time these two teams met, Gokulam run riot. A hat-trick from El Shaddai did the trick, and the expectation will be the same today as well. The midfield has really shown the capability with Sabitra Bhandari being up top, and she's got 15 goals, but Dangmei Grace, Indumati, Sandhya have been handful there to make a lot of impact in the attack. We saw a different side from Dangmei Grace in the previous game, where she was given the freedom to go down the right wing and create that opening to allow Sandhya go slightly inside, more central, and it paid off with 4 goals. Mata Rukmani got a young side. They try to play well. They play among themselves. The midfield is quite decent. The passing is good, and they get into the attacking half. But somewhere or the other, they lost that idea of converting those chances. And that important how Santanu Ghosh will get this team working to get those goals if this team has to come out of the bottom. Well, Nitin Bhatt is today's guest of honor, member of Gujarat Football Association. Getting introduced to the players. Well, Gokulam Kerala's Nepalese contingent Sabitra Bhandari has provided 15 goals in 5 matches, and that is more than 40% of the team's total. And add to that 4 assists, and only Dangmei Grace, Roja Devi, Ashalata, Indu, Shilki and Shandhya are the local goal scorers. When I say local, it means the Indian players, and all of those names starting today. And Vivian is an option on the bench this evening for Anthony Andrews. Customary handshakes before the kickoff. And the referee in charge of this game is Harsha Saini. She is going to be assisted by Fanai and Kiangte. And the 4th official, Rachana Kamani. Match commissioner, of course, is Kimberly Miranda. They've got a fantastic side, Gokulam Kerala. When they get into the attack, they are unpredictable. Their movement is so swift, and that is why defenders are always foxed, which is why they are on the top of the group, and the others on top half finding it hard to match them. And well, the likes of Lakshmi, Mandavi and Dangmei Grace have to set up to this occasion. And many good teams have come here and hardly troubled Gokulam Kerala. Still just one draw in the last couple of years. Will there be any change at this incredible statistics? And of course, Sabitra Bhandari and Kajol D'Souza in the race for that golden boot. For Mata Rukmani, they are yet to score a goal and have conceded 9. Worse in terms of both attacking and defending than Kahani FC. They have conceded 24. Massive numbers. And not just Gokulam against Mata Rukmani. Even on the background, we've got Anthony Andrews' stability versus what happened with Shantanu Ghosh. A project which was supposed to be a new challenge because the word is he had the other offers. And the coaches love challenges, and that is exactly why they move. But the coach is as good as his team. And nevertheless, the challenge was good enough. Few close games against Misaka United, Mumbai Knights and East Bengal. So nothing to complain about Shantanu Ghosh. But the team needs to get onto that scoring spree and be tight in defense. And if that happens, they can put on a good show here. Gokulam for the third time in the season changing their centre-back partnership. The number 11, Grace, I think she'll sit deeper. And Indumati will be left to do more of the passing. So one look at the league table will tell you that it's not been easier to win the championship. 5 teams separated by just 1 point, and they make up a formidable chasing pack. And Gokulam Kerala have still managed to build a lead that many will say is enough to take them all the way. It's happening brick by brick. One more here and they will closer to the creation of a landmark. And this Gokulam Kerala against Mata Rukmani, a team which hasn't lost since last season, against a team which are yet to win. Gokulam Kerala with the early move down the left wing. Nothing comes off it though. It's Mata Rukmani looking to make something happen. The number 29, Devika. She is starting today. Shantanu Ghosh making a couple of changes in this game. And Gokulam for the third time in the season changing the centre-back partnership. Ashalita and Mitchell Kastanha will be forming the back two. Ranjana Chanu on the left hand side. It is indeed a back three from Anthony Andrews this evening. And he deployed a 3-4-3 system with bit tries between the sticks. A ball delivered into the penalty area. And we have the first corner of the game. And against, much to the surprise of the Gokulam Kerala fans, is Mata Rukmani who wins the first corner kick. As I was mentioning about Gokulam's shape this evening, they've gone with the 3-4-3. Dangmei Grace slightly behind. Shilki Devi in an advanced role in midfield. Kritina and Indu down the channels. Sandhya and Sabitra are the two wide players. Roja Devi in the centre. Chance here for Mata Rukmani. Just floated over the goal. And a good chance for Mata Rukmani from this corner. Gokulam Kerala not managing to deal with it. Ball sent right back into the danger zone. And it was the number 5 whose attempt goes over. Pinky Kashyap couldn't hit the target. Just floats over goal for a goal kick. And here comes Gokulam now. This might well be the first goal of the game. The goalkeeper just doing enough, Joshna. Now the first real scoring chance for Gokulam Kerala in this game. They have breached the Mata Rukmani defense. Sabitra Bhandari not managing to score on this occasion. She is the highest goal scorer of this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League. 15 strikes already for the Nepalese international, who is the all-time top goal scorer for Nepal in the women's category. This is Anthony Andrews. He's had to deal with a lot of outgoing players, the likes of Roja and Mitchell Castana filling in. They've been polished and brought up to a certain standard by Gokulam Kerala, so that they can fill in for the outgoing Manisha Kalyan and Dalima Chibber. There she is, Roja on the ball. Dangmei Grace, and out wide for Ranjana Chanu. She is on the overlap, takes a look up. That's a great looking cross, and it has gone in. Again a fumble from the goalkeeper Josna. Ranjana Chanu, she did score an own goal in the previous game against Kahani FC, making amends this time. Attempted cross from the number 14, and it goes in directly. Keeper makes a hash of it at her near post, but Gokulam Kerala won't mind as long as it has gone in. The Malabarians, they take the lead within the first 5 minutes of this game. It's Ranjana Chanu on the score sheet. Gokulam Kerala off to a flyer, much to the relief of their vociferous support back home. There was a moment of opportunity for Mata Rukmani from the corner. Had Pinky Kashyap found the back of the net on that half volley, could it well have been a different story altogether. What a chance immediately falling for Sabitra Bhandari as well. Shantanu Ghosh going with a 4-3-3, slightly attacking approach. They have nothing to lose. They've lost all their 5 games. They've got their backs to the wall. The instruction is clear from the head coach, just asking his players to go and enjoy the game and try and express themselves. The aim will be to play a fearless football. And Gokulam Kerala's draw against Misaka United took the Indian football fans by surprise, but they've created plenty of opportunities on that game. Here's a burst of pace from Sabitra Bhandari, and she made it look so simple. Sudden acceleration from the number 9. A field goal here from Gokulam Kerala, a second of this game. It's Sabitra Bhandari, the creator, and Sabitra Bhandari, the scorer. Gokulam Kerala's one-man army up top. And goal number 16 for the Nepalese international. Just running through the Mata Rukmani defense. Not been able to keep up with her in terms of pace. The Mata Rukmani defense. We are in for more goals. Shilki Devi playing it behind. Ashalata Devi getting caught out there. It's a great experience, especially for the likes of Mitchell and Ranjana Chanu, playing alongside the legend Ashalata Devi, who's got 81 caps for the Indian national side. At 29 years old, she's lifted the Hero Indian Women's League title twice, so once with Setu Madurai and once last season with Gokulam Kerala. She also plied her trade for New Radiant in Maldives, winning the FAM with New Radiance back in 2015. The likes of Mitchell Castana, Ranjana Chanu still going through a learning phase. Another first time ball, this time the number 18 making the interception, Nilima. Gokulam Kerala straight away hot on the heels of Mata Rukmani. A blistering start from the Malabarians, an explosive start. There she is, Ranjana Chanu. One step over, creates that yard and finds Indu. Falling behind the second line, Roja Devi was designated as a centre forward in a central role up top. And the team lineup that is given to us seems like she is engaged in a deeper role. Sabitra Bhandari gonna push slightly out wide down the wings. Kritina playing in an advanced role. Three at the back can catch Gokulam Kerala off guard, especially on the counter attack. The flag is up against Devika, as there are only three dedicated defenders. We'll see Kritina and Indu track back time and again to strengthen their defense when the opposition have the possession of the ball. Shilki Devi staying closer to defense. Dangmei Grace also falling back to receive the ball. She will look to make things happen from a slightly deeper role. A good ball played forward. Three maroon shirts inside the box to aim at. Just delayed a bit too much, Sandhya. She was a standout performer along with Sabitra Bhandari against Kahani. Both of them scoring 4 goals each. There is Anthony Andrews. Is he on the cusp of something special this season? One of the prime target will be to defend the title. Hemnam Shilki Devi, what a player. She is a prodigy, and making her debut for the national side at the age of 16, becoming the youngest player at the AFC Women's Asia Cup 2022 at the same age. She is one of the hottest properties in Indian women's football. Gokulam Kerala have been missing Dalima Chiba's mobility at the back, have now got an able potential replacement in the versatile Shilki Devi with the ability to adjust in all the defensive positions. The youngster has been in fine form and has witnessed in the recent first round of the Olympic qualifiers earlier in April. Her patience on the ball is astounding given her meager age, and she will only develop with almost guaranteed minutes with Gokulam in the Hero Indian Women's League. Another one-on-one chance, but this time play called back. Roja Devi got slightly excited, and there is Shantanu Ghosh, AFC A license holder and also instructor of D license course under All India Football Federation. In 2015, he became one of the selectors of the India under-17 men's national team, in charge of this Mata Rukmani side. Roja Devi picks out this pass. Sabitra Bhandari looking good for her second, and there it is, 3-0 for Gokulam Kerala. And goal number 18 for Sabitra Bhandari. Gokulam Kerala are 3-0 up in this game. Within 12 minutes, a triple blow from the Malabarians. Sabitra Bhandari clearly onside. Just squirms it underneath the keeper. Look at that. She got down, but a perfect timing on that placement. Reacted just a half a second late. Joshna having a nightmare already between the sticks for Mata Rukmani. Gokulam Kerala are a superior side. There is absolutely no match for the likes of Mata Rukmani. Most of the players in this club are amateur players. They are up against some of the national stars. Talking about Dangmei Grace, the number 11. She's lifted the Uzbekistan Premier League with Al Nasaf just a few months ago. Her counterpart, Manisha Kalyan, is playing in Cyprus, along with Gokulam Kerala's previous season's goal scorer, El Chadai. Roja. So is the Gokulam Kerala bench. They've got a lot of options, and one of them is Harmilan Kaur, who joined Gokulam Kerala from Kerala United. Her second season with the Malabarians at the top level. And having bagged 13 points from 5 games so far, the Malabarians, they have one foot firmly in the quarterfinals. In the previous game, the reigning champions registered a record 14-1 victory over Kahani. The mood in the dressing room is very positive and focused. The team is aware of the significance of these matches and the importance of performing well to advance to the next stage. One more move, one more scoring chance, but this time the goalkeeper quickly cups it, Joshna. And in the clear was the number 11, Dangmei Grace. A couple of goals for her this season. One of them against Sports Odisha. She also scored in the opening game against East Bengal. A very versatile midfielder. Can perform both offensive as well as defensive duties. Gokulam Kerala side that stay focused and disciplined on the field. They just need to stick to the game plan and execute the strategy effectively. And each player needs to give their best efforts and work together as a team. They just need to believe in themselves and their abilities and give their all to achieve a positive result. Have had an abysmal campaign so far, Mata Rukmani, leaving them with no points in 5 matches. Speaking about the team's targets for the final 2 games, Shantanu Ghosh quoted that the target is to score goals and keep a clean sheet in the remaining 2 matches, but that will still remain as a hope, as Ranjana Chanu again bombing down the left wing. Can capitalize on this weak clearance. Sabitra Bhandari looking to slip in the number 8, Indumati. Didn't work out on this occasion. Just trying to execute, just trying to work according to their plan. A pass is open on the right hand side and picks out Muskan. She is offside. Clearly off, the number 14, and no questions on that. In a first for women's football in India, Gokulam Kerala, they represented India at the AFC Women's Club Championship a couple of years ago, also known as the FIFA AFC Pilot Women's Club Championship, and the tournament is Asia's marquee women's football competition. And all matches were being played at the Aqaba Development Corporate Stadium in Amman. And the first edition of the AFC Women's Club Championship was held in 2019 in South Korea, with the Japanese club Nippon beating China's Jiangsu to the title. The tournament featured 4 teams apart from Gokulam, and FC Bunyatkar from Uzbekistan, Iran's Shardari Sirjan and Jordan's Aman SC, who were the champions eventually of this edition. And all four sides were the reigning domestic champions in their respective countries. And Gokulam Kerala became the first team from India to feature in a continental women's club tournament of this magnitude. Coached by Priya, they defeated Bunyatkar of Uzbekistan in 3-1. Will this be 4-0 for Gokulam? Into the side netting from Savitra Bhandari. Now look at that. Another defense splitting pass. She could have squared it for Roja, who looked slightly ahead, could have been offside. Savitra Bhandari just couldn't resist her temptation of going for goal from that sort of a angle. Finding a lot of time and space down the wings, and eventually the deflection almost falling luckily for the number 8, but they will consume a corner very cheaply. With foreign players allowed for the AFC Women's Club Championship 2021, Gokulam management recruited 5 overseas players. The Ghanaian duo of Suzan Dua and El Chadai. This time it's the cross is inviting and nodded in from close range by Dangmei Grace. 4-0 Gokulam Kerala. Just the repetition of the previous game against Kahani. Dangmei Grace with her 3rd strike. The keeper not managing to pluck the ball out of the air, not managing to grip the ball. Ashalata Devi with that deep cross, just making a mistake in terms of collecting the ball. And Dangmei Grace was close to the keeper. He kept her eye on the ball and quickly nods it into the back of the net. The first 20 minutes gone here at the Trans Stadia. It's Mata Rukmani 0, Gokulam Kerala 4. Strikes from Savitra Bhandari, Dangmei Grace. Ranjana Chanu opening the scoring though in the 5th minute mark. Waiting for another reverse pass, this time Sandhya. Ball is lifted up beyond the Mata Rukmani defense and Roja Devi is in behind. It's still Roja Devi teasing the Mata Rukmani defense, and now Sandhya looking to bully her way through. Stays strong there, Namita. Ripika Koram, Devika. One back by Kritina. Shantanu Ghosh clearly very worried. The first coach from Chhattisgarh to be entrusted with the selection of an Indian national team for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. The midfield try of Anjana Thapa, Priyanka Kashyap and Lakshmi Mandavi hardly been visible so far. They're losing the battle in the middle of the park. It's 4v3. Gokulam have Dangmei, Shilki, Indu and Kritina. They need to win the midfield battle first. Surrounded by maroon shirts, and eventually giving away the ball. Shilki Turns away from her marker, Roja Devi. A couple of players making runs up top. Up ahead of her was Sabitra Bhandari and Sandhya. So far, Gokulam's front three has been free scoring in this tournament. 17 goals scored by Sabitra Bhandari. El Chadai was the highest scorer last year with 20 strikes. A chance for the Nepalese to surpass her record. Still another group game remaining after this for Gokulam on 13th. And that is against Mumbai Knights, who have defeated Kahani FC. And the previous two results of the day, Sports Odisha beating East Bengal by 2-1. East Bengal currently are fourth, 10 points from 6 matches. A win against East Bengal bringing Sports Odisha to second place with 12 points from 6 matches. And this is what happened, which is why the flag went up against Roja. Bhandari away from 2. Free in the middle is Sandhya. Bhandari gets towards the byline, pulls it across, just in behind Dangmei Grace. The ball is picked up by the number 29 Devika. Shilki Devi. Roja. That looks offside to me though. Eventually flag is up against Indumati. Assistant Kiyankte raising the flag up. Absolutely right in terms of making the decision here. Sandhya. And now spots Sabitra Bhandari. Can she score her hat-trick? Layoff for Shilki Devi. And it's 5-0. A couple of goals and now an assist for the Nepalese international. She is running riot against Mata Rukmani this evening here at the Trans Stadia. Look at that layoff. I couldn't have scored an easier goal than this. Shilki Devi just had to tap it into an empty net. But she had to be at the right place at the right time. Sabitra Bhandari this time a turning provider for Shilki Devi's tap in. Just 17 years old. Was also the captain of the India women's under-17 side that played in the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup last year. So we've had 5 goals so far in the first 27 minutes. Not even half an hour on the clock. We'll try to show you the goals. Beginning with this strike. This is how things started from Ranjana's cross. The keeper was slightly out of mind and wonder what she tried to do. Maybe tried to tip it over the crossbar. Sabitra Bhandari's netting in the second, just running ahead of the entire Mata Rukmani defense. And Then she scores her second. She's been hot to deal with for Mata Rukmani. And then the cross, a deep one. Dang May Grace nodding it in. A couple of times, in a couple of occasions, Josna could be blamed. Out of the fives that she's conceded so far, and this was the last strike before the cooling break. Cutting a very frustrated figure, Josna, looking helpless. Her side already down by 0-5. Completely disjointed, this Mata Rukmani side. Ranjana Chanu will be extremely happy with the way she started this game. Now the instruction from here on for Mata Rukmani will be to try and concede as less as possible from here on. The Hero Indian Women's League's group stages, it's approaching its business end, and with just a couple of rounds to go, only Setu have guaranteed their place in the quarterfinals, and 7 spots are still up for grabs. The Madurai side are also the only team with a perfect record with 5 wins in 5, while defending champions Gokulam Kerala are the only other unbeaten side, leading the Group A with 13 points. Gokulam's goal machine, Sabitra Bhandari, has taken this season Hero Indian Women's Leagues by storm, netting 17 goals, and adding a couple of goals to her tally of 15 already. Top goal scorer in the Hero Indian Women's League back in 2019 for the Malabarians. Not participated in the league last year due to an injury. She has now returned all guns blazing and seemed uncatchable at the moment. A big win for Misaka United today against Kahani, a 6-0 win. They are placed 5th with 10 points. A win today taking them level on points with East Bengal. Ranjana with the reverse pass. Sandhya beats the offside trap. Ranjana Chanu closing in, crosses low and hard. This time easily defended by the Mata Rukmani defense. Also in Group B, the last season's 3rd place side Kickstart and debutants Odisha FC have been in great form and are level on 12 points, occupy the 2nd and the 3rd spot. That was only Odisha's hiccup in what has been a very strong campaign so far, with as many as 10 different goal scorers contributing to their 25 goals, and Crispin Chetri's side have been the perfect example of a well-oiled machine. Sandhya was very prolific, was kickstart last season, scoring 6 times in 11 games. Both her and Roja Devi. A shifting base. This time sent in with a lot of pace on it. A set up for a shot, it comes low. And straight to Joshna. Indumati with that rasping effort. Just picked up outside the box. But couldn't finish. And now Mata Rukmani making a double change as Geeta Kashyap and the number 27 Shubhangi Subha will come on, and Lakshmi Mandavi replaced by Geeta. Kick-start. It was a difficult start to the season with a 0-1 defeat to Eastern Sporting Union. But the Bengaluru side, led by John Dolimachi, would have bounced back in style, racking up 4 wins on trot since then. And the Kenyan forward Kyoko Elizabeth is scoring all those goals. As things stands, and Eastern Sporting Union and CRPF look set to battle for the last quarter. Again, she is in on goal here, Indumati. And half a dozen for Gokulam. We are still about 11 minutes away from the half-time whistle. Indumati with her first strike of this, her 4th in total. And the fate of the game is already locked with this back-to-back strikes. Another senior India international, 50 caps for the Blue Tigress. Has scored 15 goals. Can they pull one back? Mata Rukmani. Scoring one against Gokulam is going to be a big moment for this young side. They've lost by 8 goals to nil last year at the Capital Ground. The Lords, FA, Celtic Queens and Churchill Brothers have been eliminated from the contention of the Hero I League quarter-final spots, and just playing for pride in the remaining couple of matches. The Lords did make the perfect start with a 4-0 win over Queens, but 4 losses in a row have drifted the Kerala side out of the running for the knockouts. And Celtic Queens and Churchill Brothers are still looking for their first win, and their clash on the match day will present a fine opportunity for both to earn them. Even while defending, they've got 3 players attacking up top. That is always a luxury. Playing in this formation, it is a very attacking formation due to its unique layout. You can have more players in possession of the ball. Playing in a 3-4-3 suits sides which have got supreme quality in their ranks. And Anthony Andrews doing a brilliant job with this Gokulam Kerala side. That's second season with the Malabarians. The assistant coach of the Gokulam men's team in the Hero I League not long ago. Worked under Francis Bonnet and also Richard Tawa. And that's a giveaway from Ranjana. Ranjana Chanu, she stayed up. Bhandari. Another teasing crosser from Dangmei Grace. And a corner for the Giant Killers FC. They dismantled East Bengal by 2-8 on the opening day. But Sujata Kaur's side have been on the rise since then, making sure that remains the only red mark in their campaign. Mishits Ranjana Chanu, and now she got to track back. She's currently out of position, taking their time on the ball, allowing the Gokulam Kerala defense to get their organization in place. And this was the free kick. Once again, a couple of times kissing the upright. And the vision and the goal are very clear and published and articulated. Them use them as a guiding light and principles for work going forward. Based on that, we come up with action plans and initiatives. Grace hoisted across goal, and it evades Roja Devi. She retrieves. Indumati skips past one but couldn't go past the second. There could be action at the other end, but no breakaway move allowed by Gokulam Kerala. This is looking good for Gokulam. Great link up play. 4 touches already in there. The goalkeeper just somehow gets there on time. Now the little runs, the little touches, and the little angles that Sabitra Bhandari creates. She just draws players towards her. That is the advantage the likes of Sandhya as Roja Devi will have to capitalize. Slightly disappointing from Anthony Andrews. He was aiming for that flank, a flank which Grace has marked pretty well. One way then the other, slight drop of the shoulder, rolls it into the path of Roja Devi. Just getting to it first is Nilima. And Indumati sending it with drift. And it trickles out for a goal kick. And the decision to give equal importance to amateur structure in football to raise the level of competitive opportunities and security for the players at this level. To execute this, it has decided to introduce the institutional leagues where 10 teams from across country will play on a home and away basis, and the winners of the league, where the teams will be decided in a wide bidding process, may get the opportunity to play in the other national level tournaments Another pacey cross from Ranjana. This time close to the keeper. She had to stretch. That was a teasing ball. And the goalkeeper collecting it right on the edge of the 6-yard box. Nothing going so forward so far from Mata Rukmani, apart from one of those low cross which Gokulam had to deal with. Mata Rukmani are dealing with the ignominy of being the last. Kahani is at the bottom. Rukmani are second last though. Ashalata Devi looks how advanced she is, and now she might get caught out in defense. A good looking ball. Bhandari looking to complete her hat-trick before going into the break. The ball just fell slightly behind him. Again, flag stays down. Bodies arriving in the middle. And now Bhandari on the second ball. Great defensive work there from Namita. Just denying Sabitra from a clear-cut scoring chance. There was that block from Nilima. A great piece of work down there by Nilima. 5 minutes of additional time in the first half. Gokulam Kerala in search of their 7th and nodded down on the deck for Sandhya. She also having a successful IWL campaign, and Ashalata from distance straight at Joshna. We've never had a comprehensive grassroots structure initiative, and we hope that through Blue Clubs and Project Diamond, India will be able to have a proper and robust grassroots and an elite player development structure in their system. Mata Rukmani, their turn to attack. Into the feet of the left back, Hoshika. A nice 1-2. Kritina with a very solid performance down the right channel. Ashalata once again commanding the defense, leading by example here. The senior India international, 81 caps for the national team, involved in a lot of games. There is Sandhya, was another very interesting prospect. Sandhya will come back to that. Meanwhile, Indumati making it 7-0 for Gokulam. And a brace for Indumati in this game. Just simply can stop scoring goals, Gokulam Kerala. Just falling apart. The Mata Rukmani defense, which has gone to pieces. Perfectly timed run from Indu. Just carved open the Mata Rukmani defense for the 7th time in the first half. Still about a couple of minutes left. They tried to be active. They tried to be slightly proactive in this game, Mata Rukmani. In that bargain, giving away a lot of spaces on the wings and down the center. That is what cultivated to those 7 goals that they've conceded so far. The highest margin victory for Gokulam Kerala since last year in the previous encounter against Kahani, which was a 14-1. They will look to break that record and set up a new record here. Shulki Devi just stolen away from the number 11. Was there an elbow involved? Play continues. Anjana Thapa loses out to Indumati. Interception from Hoshika. There's been a one-way traffic in the first half. Savitra Bhandari and Indumati with a brace. Dangmei Grace also scoring a goal in this game. So as Ranjana Chanu. One last attack of the first half into no man's land. So half time then at the Trans Stadia between Mata Rukmani FC and Gokulam Kerala. Gokulam Kerala in their quest to cement their top spot in Group A and qualify into the quarter-final as group champions. And that quest continues for the Malabarians as they go into the break with this score line of 0-7. Mata Rukmani, a disaster for them in the first half performance. And these are the goals. The first chance for Savitra Bhandari, just giving an indication of how attacking Gokulam Kerala are going to be in this game. A mistake from the keeper resulting into the opening goal. Savitra Bhandari almost walks into the back of the net, scoring her second. Ashalata with a deep cross and nodded in by Dangmei Grace after an initial mistake from the keeper. And then Savitra Bhandari setting it up for Shulki Devi. The give and go, opening up their defense once more. And then Indumati with a couple of similar goals, making it 7-0 in the first half. Do not go anywhere. After a short break, we will be back with the second half. Welcome back to the live coverage of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23 in Mata Rukmani against Gokulam Kerala, and Gokulam are 7 up at half time. And speaking during the half time, 70% of the ball is with Gokulam along with the control of the game. Wholesale of changes then. Gokulam Kerala making couple of changes. Anthony Andrews bringing in Reshma and Kashmina. There she is. And Mitchell Castana has been taken off. And Mata Rukmani will bring in Preeti Bagde. And Ripika Koram will make way for her. Now the goal scored will give confidence to the young Shilki Devi and Ranjana Chanu. But come to think of it, this game, it has physically been won by Gokulam. In the end, will it be substance over style? There is Reshma in place of Kritina. And Gokulam continuing to play the same brand of football, however missing the physical presence of Vivian Ajay. And that means one of the midfielders has to drop in because Sandhya with successive starts. And no such entertainment and goal mouth actions from Mata Rukmani. Only once from the corner, Pinky gotten closer on the half turn. And Lakshmi Mandavi failed to muster up anything going forward as of yet. A few threatening runs from Muskan. And Mata Rukmani working hard to try and make something happen. And Preeti Bagde replacing Grace. There she is, Preeti straight away in the mix. Ripika Koram has been taken off. Preeti Bagde, she started the previous game for Mata Rukmani against Hops, who were leading at the other game against Mumbai Knights. Gokulam Kerala with 8-2 victory over East Bengal in the opening game, followed by 8-1 against Sports Odisha, scoring 16 goals in the first couple of matches. They're in a 3-0 win against Hops. The fourth game was a surprising 0-0 against Misaka. I was having a word with the head coach Anthony Andrews, where he mentioned the side missed plenty of opportunities. In the last encounter though, they've managed to score in double digits. Taking the scoring tally to 33 goals before coming into this. And now it stands at 40. 192 goals scored so far in the Hero Indian Women's League. Match number 43 and 44 up and running simultaneously. Here is Grace looking to take on the left full back of Mata Rukmani. Grace managing to do so. The cross takes a deflection and will bring a corner. Hoshika was the player shadowing her. In the end, double teamed. Seven goals for the Malabarians in the first half. Looking to hit early in the second, away from one, giving air on the cross. Ranjana Chanu's header goes wide. Nicely done there by Indu. Hoisted across goal. Ranjana Chanu arriving at the back post, but doesn't make a proper contact. Otherwise that could have been the number 8. One of the most successful clubs in Indian football in the recent time, both in women's and men's category. Winning the I-League in successive years. Won the IWL last year and on 2019 as well. Both the men's and the women's side played in the AFC Cup for the very first time. Their dominance continues in Indian football. Missing out on an AFC Cup spot this season. The men's team losing out to Odisha FC at their home turf, while the women's will look to win the title and make it 3 in a row and play the AFC Women's Club Championship next year. Mata Rukmani still trying, still fighting in search of motivation from somewhere. Here comes Sandhya. Scored 5 goals this year in the Hero Indian Women's League. And now shot comes in and goes over for a goal kick. She has spent 3 seasons with Setu Madurai, Sandhya, scoring 21 goals in 21 outings, 34 caps for India as well, and managed to score 9 times. And talking about her strike partner Roja Devi, just 23 years old, was the runners-up with Kripsa in the 2018-19 season. Here is Ranjana Chanu making an inverted run and with a good ball inside the penalty area. And a reverse pass this time, nicely gathered by Joshna. Savitra Bhandari was in search of her second assist. Saw the run of Dangmei Grace, who was closing in, but the goalkeeper getting there early, well within her range as well. A ball from deep, away from Namita, and now collected by the number 27, Shubhangi Suba. Beatrice, I haven't seen much of her in this game. She's yet to be tested. She's yet to collect a ball so far. Only 1 goal kick taken by her so far, and that was within the first few seconds of the game. And a shot from distance wasn't too far off. That was Indu, and almost getting her hat-trick, taking a shot from 25 yards out. A keeper at full stretch, managing to get a fingertips on it. A corner taken shot. A clearance from the Mata Rukmani defense. The All India Football Federation's recent decision regarding women's football will excite and inspire women's. The number 14 was brought down. And a free kick here for Mata Rukmani. And that was the number 14, Muskan. The only Mata Rukmani player who looked slightly lively in the first half. A free kick from a long way out. Shubhangi Subba to take this free kick. She floats it into the penalty area. And the second shot on a target from Mata Rukmani in this game. The height was quite comfortable for Beatrice. The Ghanaian replacing Somia today under the bar. Anthony Andrews have done pretty well in terms of rotating the squad with games coming thick and fast. It is important to give players ample rest, at the same way give them enough game time. That is one area he's done very well in terms of managing the squad. And organization is something all the top managers across the globe talk about. He's got a very strong squad at his disposal, Anthony Andrews, which is why he's got that luxury to switch and swap. Even the players on the Gokulam Kerala bench can easily make into the starting 11 of any other IWL team. Gokulam Kerala would be an envy of many clubs to make this kind of a team. The other team from Group B, Setu Madurai, continuing with their rich form. 5 wins out of 5, and now Ranjana Chanu in a lot of space. I tried to play in Sandhya. And the Malabarians slowing down the tempo. And All India Football Federation just very confident that it will lead to an increase in participation and will see women stars emerge due to the new thirsts and initiatives. By building a comprehensive grassroots structure and initiatives. And they hope that through Blue Clubs and Project Diamond will be able to have a robust grassroots and an elite player development structure in the system. Ranjana took a touch of Bhandari, runs all the way to Joshna. A giveaway to Sandhya. A beautiful turn from Dangmei Grace. Sandhya. And there's that run offered by Dangmei Grace to the right of goal. Plays it across. No conviction in the clearance. And now stepping in Indumati. Played across away from Mata Rukmani defense. It's still not cleared. And the shot just whistles off the post for a goal kick. And that was Sandhya with the attempt. Losing the ball in a danger area. Inviting pressure. Just forced into mistake by Gokulam Kerala's press. Still not giving up on their principles to play out from behind Mata Rukmani. That's a positive sign. Shantanu Ghosh just sticking to his pattern. And Manasa will come on for Gokulam. The number 30. Roja Devi will be replaced. Manasha, she has been impressive in the local league. Indu also replaced, and Sonia Jose comes on. 4 changes made by Anthony Andrews just at the hour mark here at the Trans Stadia. And the score line still remains Mata Rukmani nil, Gokulam Kerala 7. And she scored A couple of goals in the first half, Indu. Almost like a mirror image of the previous strike. In a similar fashion, went on to score those 2 goals. Quite comfortable. Gokulam Kerala are at the moment. There's Kashmina and Dangmei Grace. Shilki Devi. She saw the gap. The ball didn't carry to Sandhya. And eventually it does via a poor touch of a Mata Rukmani defender. Not on the same wavelength. That trickles out for a goal kick. The decision recently from the AIFF to give equal importance to the amateur structure in football, to raise the level of competitive opportunity and security for the players at this level. One hour of play gone here at the Trans Stadia. It's still 0-7 at the score line. Gokulam Kerala will increase their gap with the second placed Sports Odisha. If they manage to win this game, victory here will take them to 16 points, and Sports Odisha are on 12. With just another round to go after this, they will create a gap of 4 points. Now saw the run of Muskan, number 7, slightly ambitious Priyanka Kashyap. Misaka United just held Gokulam Kerala to a 0-0 draw. It was one of the biggest upsets in the Hero Indian Women's League history, just ending the Malabarians' 21-game winning streak, as their Malaysian goalkeeper Nurul Azurin took home the Player of the Match award. Surprising scorelines continued 2 days later, when Gokulam responded with a 14-1 thumping of Kahani FC to set a new record for the biggest win in the Hero Indian Women's League final round. The debutancy Mumbai Knights and East Bengal also been inspirational in this tournament, and both are currently on 10 points. A couple of losses for East Bengal. They were dismantled 2-8 by Gokulam on their opening day, but Sujata Kaur's side have been on the rise since then. But they lost to Sports Odisha today, and thus keeping their qualification an equation in a spot of bother. The Delhi-based Tops also had a fine season so far, with 3 wins. The Delhi side face 2 very tough challenges. One of them, of course, is going to be against East Bengal in the last group game. The flag just going up against the number 20. Sonia. A clear offside. Muskan of Mata Rukmani looks like will be taken off as Priyanka Futon is getting ready to come on. Infield now. Here comes Gokulam. Savitra Bhandari with a poor pass earlier and then recovers. Easily collected this cross. And a giveaway. Sonia. Straight at Josna. Slightly casual from the team in pink and white. The side from Chhattisgarh. Champions of the Chhattisgarh Women's League. They are already out of contention for the quarterfinals and yet to open their account for the season. Are still hunting for their first goal. Here is Sandhya. Left her marker for dead. This time good defending from the number 2 of Mata Rukmani, Geeta Kashyap. So Arpita will replace Preeti. And all the 5 changes made by their head coach Shantanu Ghosh. And here comes the number 25, Priyanka Futon. And Muskan is off. Here comes Bhandari in search of a hat-trick. Shubhangi. A wayward ball picked up by Shulki Devi. Dangmei Grace. And Gokulam just keeps the ball ticking in midfield. A slightly mixed match as well in terms of the size. There she is, Grace. Kashmina outside of her foot. Here is a lovely give and go on a hat-trick, and Savitra Bhandari completes a hat-trick. Goal number 18 for the Nepalese international. Her third hat-trick of this campaign. Already a rout here. Look at that. Swift interchange in the penalty area. Gokulam Kerala with their 8th strike of this game, and Savitra Bhandari with her third. Setting the Hero Indian Women's League already on fire with her performance. Shubhangi Subha. Three goals and an assist. Will be one of the contenders of the player of the match. Had a great game as usual. Savitra Bhandari, one of the top player in this league. Not new in Indian football circuit. Here she goes. Chance for her fourth one, and she completes it with ease. 4 strikes in the previous game against Kahani, and 4 here. that sudden acceleration. And Jang Mei Grace with a brilliant ball played forward. And a cool, calm finish from Sabitra Bhandari. Just one strike behind El Chadai from the previous season. And she bagged the Golden Boot award by scoring 20 last year. And Sabitra Bhandari already on 19. With still about a game remaining in the group. And then the quarter-final coming up on 16th. Kick start. They scored 10 goals already in this competition. Sports Odisha as well. Mm, 18 goals conceded by Mata Rukmani in 5.5 games, with still about 20 minutes of regulation time remaining in this game. It will be interesting to see where this scoreline ends. Jang Mei Grace has been the chief provider of goals in the second half. Ranjana delivers in the center, runs free to Sandhya. The ball lands on the roof of the net. So whistle for the cooling break. And the score line reads Mata Rukmani nil, Gokulam Kerala 9. 7 goals in the first half and 2 in the second. And both the goals are coming off Sabitra Bhandari's feet. She has been one of the creators in chief, Jang Mei Grace. Sabitra Bhandari now continues to score, and that is exactly why she's been brought on to score goals. This was the first strike of the day, and another individual attempt from Sabitra Bhandari, beating the Mata Rukmani defense for pace. And then turning on the afterburn, the number 9 for her second. Ashalata Devi, the centre back, troubling the goalkeeper. And Jang Mei Grace with a simple nod in. And this was the assist. An excellent presence of mind from Sabitra Bhandari. The angle was a bit tight. Eventually deciding to lay it off for Shilki. Indu with a couple of quick strikes before going in for the breather. One with her left, this time with her right. And the first strike of the second half. Sabitra Bhandari completing her hat-trick and then making it 9-0 for Gokulam and getting in her 4th of this game. Now what might be the instruction from Anthony Andrews at this point of time? And Gokulam Kerala have already scored 41 goals. They've conceded only 4. They've conceded 5 last season. While covering the Kerala Women's League last year, I remember Gokulam's Kerala scoring 99 goals in 10 matches on an almost an average of 10 goals per game. Gokulam Kerala might make another change. It is important to give some playing time to Harmilan Kaur. She's another very talented striker. Still one change left for Anthony Andrews. Slightly hesitant on that occasion, Dangmei Grace. A miscommunication as well, as she thought Manasa might get there. In the end, holding her run. A bit rise of her mark to gather the ball. A side that comes from Ashram in the Bastard district of Chhattisgarh. They aim to promote the talented local girls through the beautiful game, and their second foray into the Hero Indian Women's League. Compared to last season, few close games this year, but they've managed one victory last season against Hunts of Delhi. This season, though, doesn't look like they're gonna get any positive result their way. The last game against Kahani is a chance for them to get something out of this league. Expecting it to be a close encounter. Two bottom place sides of Group A. Kahani FC are rock bottom. Shubhangi, only one option, that is to go down the right. Just to wonder what she saw there. There was no options available down the center. She had only one option to play it on the right. Just to wonder whom she saw there. Kashmina, Manasa, Sabitra, nice little triangle corner for Gokulam Kerala. Oh, it's been given as a goal kick. Dangmei Grace. Oh, brilliant touch from Sabitra Bhandari. Takes a look behind. They're waiting for support to arrive, and it has arrived in the form of Sandhya. Sandhya with her left foot delivers into the area. Too far ahead of Mansa and out of play for a goal kick. And this will allow the number 19, Harmilan Kaur, to step in. Sandhya. That's that for her. She worked hard, the number 7. Now to Grace. 8 of them behind the ball, defending. Only the number 25 and the number 7 slightly ahead. Priyanka Futon and Priyanka Kashyap. Now Bhandari, and almost lifted up for Harmilan Kaur. The header off target. Had a chance to get her name on the score sheet coming off the bench. Had a chance to score with her first touch as well. Shilki Devi carries it forward. Harmilan Kaur stays on. How to prevent the ball from going out. It has gone out, but for a corner. And no pace on the cross. It was blocked. It was number 29, Hoshika. And Gokulam defeated Mata Rukmani by 8-0 last year and 9-0 this season. And nicely cut out by Kashmina. Reshma. And despite existing in the shadows of big cities and all the odds, Mata Rukmani, they vowed to achieve the unthinkable and has found a way to represent them in the National League without having the proper facilities in their town. And back in the ashram, these brave hearts don't have the access to training grounds as well, as they don't have proper booths, diets, fancy kits. But still it doesn't stop them to follow their passion for football. Shantanu Ghosh taking over from Sandeep Singh, who was the manager last year. But still there is no change in fortune of Mata Rukmani as far as the Hero Indian Women's League goes. They're still to match the standards of their most illustrious opponents in this game. Here comes Bhandari. Three pink shirts getting upon her. A nice exchange. Shirki Devi slightly overplaying it. And this could be a 2v1 situation at the back. Can they score their first goal of the season? Mata Rukmani just slows down a bit. Gokulam Kerala defense getting the organization in place. Shubhangi Subba with the attempt in the end. A third time they've managed to hit the target in this game. At least something to show for going forward. Ashalata Devi. Six players in the current Gokulam Kerala lineup who are regular starters for the Indian national team. And this time hitting the woodwork. Sabitra's glance. She is on 4 goals. This was another delivery whipped in by Ranjana Chanu. A perfect cross. That could have been the 10th goal for Gokulam. Ranjana has been quite threatening as she has bossed that left channel. Setting the early pace by drawing the first blood in this game, Ranjana Chanu. Harmilan Kaur couldn't keep it in. Goal kick for Mata Rukmani. And that was Sonia Jose. That's a good ball. Priyanka Futon, only one to aim at in the center. Nicely defended by Gokulam Kerala. I think their whistle has gone against them. Ranjana Chanu just having a word with the referee, pleading her innocence. The referee has awarded a free kick to Mata Rukmani, and Ranjana Chanu, she cannot believe it. It has been given as a handball. It looked like it came off her feet. There wasn't any hand involved. She's got the right reason to be disappointed with the decision, Ranjana Chanu. Shubhangi Subba with the free kick. That is why Ranjana Chanu, she was found remonstrating with Harsha Saini. The touch clearly came off her feet. Reshma. This is Sonia through the middle, crowded out, but still holding on to the ball. A good play here from the number 20. Cross from Reshma. Gokulam Kerala just taking their feet off the pedal. Allowing time on the ball to Mata Rukmani. One more attack from the right. Running out of options. Grace between the lines for Sabitra. Surrounded by 6 pink shirts. Couldn't find that pass towards Harmilan Kaur. Nicely read on that occasion by the Mata Rukmani defense line, shrugging off the challenge. Setting up Dangmei Grace. Goes towards her right. Lost control slightly. Kashmina spreads it out wide for Ranjana Chanu. Takes it onto her right foot, enters the box, goes for goal. Straight at Josna. A good attempt from Ranjana. There she is, cutting in. And then going for goal with her weak right foot. Sabitra, chance here. Just wide of the target. That defensive header almost turning into a scoring chance for the Nepalese. She did get a touch, but not decisive this time. Slightly wide of the mark. Inside the box. That's poor. Good cross. Gokulam Kerala still looking for the 10th goal. One eye will be to win this game and score in double digits. Just carry on their momentum and make it a habit of scoring in double digits in every game, even though it is a difficult ask, but there's no harm in trying. And with the kind of core squad they have at their disposal, it is quite likely that they can make it possible. And there is Asha, had a great time at the back. Didn't have to face any kind of attack apart from the opening few seconds. There's the additional time of 6 minutes. There is Grace, opens up her body. Her shot is blocked off. Mata Rukmani heading towards a double hat trick of losses. Gonna be the 5th win for Gokulam. Fancy footwork from Sonia, this time getting good pace on the cross. The connection slightly missing from Sabitra Bhandari. Beautifully delivered. Just hung up in the air, but couldn't connect. Some movement going forward from Mata Rukmani. Looking for that quick exchange. It didn't come off. Gokulam to play Mumbai Knights in the last group game on 12th May. Mata Rukmani will be up against Kahani the same day. Again another cross from Ranjana. Knock back towards Harmilan. Is she brought down? Nothing given. Maybe went down a bit dramatically to win the penalty. Here comes Reshma with the cross. Mansa tried to take it into her stride, but will win a corner for her efforts. As we approach the midway point of the injury time. Ranjana delivers good height on the corner. Sabitra Bhandari was interested. Now a chance for them to catch Gokulam Kerala off guard. They had the numerical advantage, but the first touch letting them down. She's had the most number of touches since coming on. Shubhangi Subha in midfield. And they're just passing the ball among themselves. Struggling to find the pathway to enter the final zone. Not been able to trouble the Gokulam Kerala defense apart from one occasion from a corner right at the beginning of the game. It's been an easy selling for Gokulam Kerala. It's Grace holding off play. Reshma looks into the box, searching for Bhandari. Get up, says Harsha Saini. Shubhangi. A stray from the number 27. And gets a foot in. She was asking for the pass on the right hand side. An outstretched challenge on Priyanka Futon. Corner for Martha Rukmani. Their second of this game. Had to make that challenge with a lot of risk, Ranjana Chanu. The last chance of this game for Martha Rukmani to get a goal for themselves. It's Priyanka Kashyap to take this. I could have left it for the keeper, Ranjana. That was Asha, in fact, in the way. And the touch was unnecessary. And communication is very key at the back. You got to communicate with your teammates. Sometimes innocuous situations like this can develop into a very costly mistake. Mansa will be final whistle any moment. There goes the final whistle from Harsha Saini. And another thumping victory for Gokulam Kerala. A 14-1 against Kahani and 9-0 today against Mata Rukmani. Taking their points tally to 16 points from 6 matches and a goal difference of plus 38. So Gokulam Kerala are almost guaranteed to finish their group campaign being on top of Group A. The other two teams, Sports Odisha and Hops, even if they win their last game and even if Gokulam drops point against Mumbai Knights, still it won't be enough for the other three teams to catch them. That's a nice gesture from the senior goalkeeper towards the young. These are the chances of this game. Ranjana Chanu opening the scoring. I could have done a lot better in terms of dealing with that. That has opened the floodgates for Gokulam. They kept on piling the pressure. Savitra Bhandari with a brace. 3-0 within the first 12 minutes. And then Dangmei Grace nodding it in from close range. Savitra Bhandari this time showing her ability to cross the ball and set up her strike partner. Known for scoring goals, but set up silky on that occasion. A very selfless striker. And then Indu with a couple of quick goals. The first half ended 7-0 and only 2 goals scored in the second half. Chance for Ranjana to score her second. And Indumati with a long range try. Now the shot on target from Subhangi Subba via this free kick. This is how Savitra Bhandari went on to complete her hat-trick. went on to score her goal number 4 of this game. 4 goals for her in successive games. And Ranjana once more getting closer. It has ended 9-0 at the end in Gokulam's favour. And today's hero of the match is Sabitra Bhandari. And there's no brainer. The Nepalese international bagging the hero of the match award. She is the current leading goal scorer with 19 goals. And she is awarded a cheque of 15,000 rupees. And a smile on her face sums it up from her standpoint. And these are the goals scored by Sabitra in this game. All easy tap-ins, one-on-one moments. So composed in front of goal. Hardly makes a mistake. So with that, we've come to the end of this game, and it has ended 9-0 in Gokulam Kerala's favour.